morning about Phil Mickelson. Did you read it?
I didn't read it, no. I just got the thing. I don't even really know what it is, but give me a Cliff Notes.
The Cliff Note, well, it's kind of tough to do
well.
that. But he takes it to the tour, which is nothing new. It's something he's done. But he also took it to the Saudis and said that, I don't know what I can say here.
Shivnuk took it to the Saudis? Or
No,
Phil did?
Direct quote from Phil. And I get my question would be, as a player, are you comfortable for Phil speaking out like this? And it seems like he's speaking for a lot of players.
You know, I asked the question this morning to another player, why didn't he play Phoenix and why is he not playing here? He's never missed these. You know, I'm surprised he didn't play. I don't know. I don't know what Phil's doing. I know Phil's got a lot of stress in life right now. And, you know, I don't know what he's doing. You know, I know he's not speaking for me. And, you know, I actually really don't care really what he has to say about anything because I just don't. Because he doesn't speak for me. And, you know, he's had an amazing career. He obviously thinks that there's something else on the other side for him going down the line. And if he gets it, great. I mean, he's made, you know, $800 million in the tour. I don't know what could be so bad about the tour. So, I don't know. I think the way that Tiger's approaching it is phenomenal. I think he understands, you know, where he made all his money. I think these young kids, I think that's great what they're, you know, that they're backing Tiger. You know, but Tiger is our guy. You know, Tiger and I are 3 months apart. I've idolized him my whole life playing, even though we're the same age. You know, what he says is pretty much gold. And, you know, I would follow his lead more than anything. If he doesn't want to do it, Rory doesn't want to do it. And if you don't have the top kids doing it, I just don't know how much water it's going to hold anyway. I don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, they're not going to follow Phil. They're not going to follow DeChambeau, unfortunately. You need the young crew right now to go do this thing. I don't know exactly what Phil's pushed, why he's got so much hate towards the tour. I mean, you know, he's damn near 52 now. I mean, I know he won a major last year. It's incredible what he did. It really is. But I don't know, you know, from what I understand about the whole thing is, I don't even know how many people have signed or not signed. There's not a lot. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't been approached, so it doesn't really matter to me either way. You know, I'm aligned with the PGA Tour because that's all I have. That's all I have. I mean, for me to make, you know, roughly $40 million total with everything, of a guy that, you know, got kicked out of college, that whole thing, and was supposed to be a garbage man, really, you know. I mean, for me to, you know, I've earned every penny of it because we have to do it all the time, and like everybody else, they've earned every penny that they have. So I see kind of the gripe of the top players. Maybe they should get more from the TV contracts or from whatever. I can see that. You know, I can see it. So I don't really know enough on both sides because, like I said, I haven't been approached. I don't know what's transpiring between the Saudi group and the top players. I just kind of hear and hearsay. I've talked to some players about it, and some are either like, well, you know, if it's, you know, I would think about if it was enough. You know, we don't know how long it's going to be. You know, the biggest question is, Dave, there's no guarantee with that tour. You know, the PGA Tour is going to be around a long time. If 60 guys leave, there's going to be 60 more guys that come up and fill those spots. I mean, there's a line from here to Florida of guys that want to play in the PGA Tour. So it's not a lack of players. So, you know, the PGA Tour has been great. Could they probably, you know, throw some more away? Maybe. You know, not me, but, you know, top players. If I was a top player, I would want a little more. You know, TV contract's massive. You know, I still think, I've said it forever, why are we out money every week? If I'm one of the 125, which I have been for 20 years, why am I not starting out with some money? You know, I mean, why do we not get, you know, $250 grand out of the game? You know, I'm all for charity. I do a lot for charity. I help out people all the time, but, you know, like last week. I mean, how is that person not $40 million? You tell me they didn't make enough money, you know, and I got to go through all that for 2 days and leave with nothing? You know, I mean, it's kind of unfair, really, but, you know, when the guys at baseball or basketball, these guys get worn out, they're making $300 grand that night. I mean, that's nice, you know. I don't really know but bottom line is I don't really know what Phil said. I don't know what his anger is with the tour and this. I don't really understand, so I can't really comment on exactly what he's done. But, you know, if you want to enlighten me more on it, I can.
Well, one of the points that he made, and I would like to get your reaction to it, is the idea that he's going to use the leverage of this tour to try to make the PGA Tour better, pointing out a lot of things that he doesn't like the way the PGA Tour.
I'm all for that.
Okay.
If Phil is speaking on behalf of the tour to make the tour better and maybe bring more money in, I'm behind him on that. I mean, I think that's what everybody wants. I think with the Saudi thing, and at the end, the Saudi deal has made it where all of a sudden now we got a PIP program. No, I can't win that. You know, I'd have to win 3 times and streak. You know, I can't win that thing, right? So it's kind of a joke. But like I said, the PIP program's a joke. Give Tiger the 40. and said we owe you another zero. You know, they owe Tiger $400 or $500 million easily. There should be no program. It's just, here you go. Here's 50. Thanks for being incredible. You know, here's the money we owe you because you brought in hundreds of millions of dollars to us. You know, and guys like me to be able to make, you know, a couple $1 million a year is unbelievable. It's only because of him. It's only because of him. And, you know, so like I said, I'm in line with Tiger. You know, but if Phil is pushing for more money towards our tour and fighting for it, that'd be great. But he seems to be so on the Saudi side that it's hard to believe that he's actually fighting for that.
Is it time for those guys to stay or go?
I don't know why there's so much talk. Either put a piece of paper in front of the guy and deposit checks, or quit talking about it. I mean, from what I keep hearing, well, the money, you know, they keep talking and talking. Well, if you're going to talk, put the money in there. If you have $2 billion, then start paying these guys. Give them the money and say, hey, man, I got 75. Man, I got 100. You got to do it. The 100 went in my account. Okay, well, that's how you're really going to get. But there's too many people, there's too many young kids that are still on the fence of, well, you know, is the money going to come in? And how long is the tour going to be around? And this and that. And where are we going? And who's the TV? And who's the sponsors? And this. Those are all the questions these young kids have, and they really should. Because, you know, the Cantlays, Morikawas, all these young kids, Rahms, these guys are going to make a fortune. They're not going to lose their card. They're going to be out there forever. You know, they're going to win majors. They're going to do all these things. There's going to be plenty of money. So, you know, for them, I've talked to all of them, and they all are kind of consensus that they're going to stay here because they know that. So, you know, you look at the older group that wants to do it, they all have had phenomenal careers. Justin Rose, Adam Scott, Phil, you know, these older guys that are my age, you throw me $100 and I actually get it, I'm gone. I would take it. 100% I would take it. Why wouldn't you? I mean, Adam Scott, you think he's not going to play 30 events anymore. He's got 3 young kids. You throw him $75 million, they're only going to play 4 more years? Why wouldn't he? He's got nothing to prove. Justin Rose, Phil's got less than nothing to prove. I mean, the guy's done everything. So, you know, you start throwing around those kind of numbers. It's not like we're talking about $2 million. You know, I mean, Phil's made 50+ million for 20 years now. So, you know, but if he doesn't have to play as much out here and he can run a tour and be part of something like that, and he thinks he's going to make $150, $200 million, why the hell wouldn't he do it? Of course he'd want to do that. I mean, it's real money. That's big time action. You know, so I see where Phil is. I see where these other guys are, but I really think you're going to need some of the younger guys to do it. You know, in fact, the Tiger's against it, and Rahm, and Morikawa, and Cantlay, and I mean, you know, and Rory is a big thing. You know, Rory's our chairman of the tour. I think it's phenomenal. We haven't had a top player be the chairman of our pack forever. You know, Tiger and Phil, they were on top. They never did it. So, you know, I'm glad that Roy's that way. I'm really glad that Tiger says what he says, and, you know, his legacy's with the tour. I firmly believe he believes that. I mean, they could pay him whatever. They could pay him $5 million to be part of that tour. But I really believe that he doesn't want to be associated with that group. So that's kind of how I see it. But if Phil is really trying to help us out, leverage, and get more money for us, that would be awesome. You know, because Phil has the name to be able to do it. He really does.
I want to circle back on the thing you said about everyone getting guaranteed money 1 through 125. Except we've heard that before.
Yeah, they're doing a deal this year, but it's not what we're talking about. But you know, and like I said, the charity thing is phenomenal. We give the most away. We give almost $3 billion away, and it takes everybody to be here to do it. And you get guys missing cuts. I had a friend one year made $22,000 on the tour. He lost. He was in the hole about 90 grand. Now, mind you, he didn't play well, and I get it. But you know, how can he be out money? You know, he earned his card, and he was out like 90 grand that year. I mean, that's hard to do. You think about it. You're playing at the top. The problem is the top guys are making so much money. They're not really interested in whether or not they get another, you know, couple $100 grand or whatever. They're just making so much money, and rightfully so. But a guy like me, you give me $250 to start, that'd be nice.
If those top guys were getting $5 to $10 million at the start of the year, do you think that would affect the competitive product?
Yeah, I just don't know how much the tour can actually pay everybody up front with all the expense, all the things they have. I just don't know. I don't know enough about it. I just don't know how much they could actually give everybody. I just don't care. I mean, you know, our purses are going up. Jay Monahan's done a phenomenal job getting our purses to go up. We've got $12 million events now, $20 million events, and they're only going to keep climbing. I mean, I heard in 5 years the FedEx winner is going to win $52 million. I mean, it's pretty awesome, as he should. As he should. So, I mean, Jay and the tour, what I understand, is doing a phenomenal job. You know, they talk about growing the game. I don't see how that group over there is growing the game. The tour has done phenomenal things. They do phenomenal things for the communities that we go to. You know, they have programs for for underprivileged now, and I mean it's just that's how you grow the game. And I mean I don't know. Phil's made a fortune, and I don't know how much more fortune he needs, but if he is really trying to help our tour, then I'd be behind him for that. But I just don't know enough about it. Like I said, I don't know enough about what this guy's saying or this guy's saying or what's going on with the tour because I haven't been approached by anybody, so I really have no idea of what the Saudi group is trying to do, where they're going to play, do they have sponsors. What I do know is that this tournament's going to be here next year, and the purse is going to go up, and the sponsor's amazing, and and every term we play in is awesome, and that's what I do know, and I'm thankful that I have this job, that I can do this week in and week out. So, I wouldn't say anything bad about the tour because I've had an unbelievable life doing it, and I hope to do it, and I still have the Champ Tour to think about. I mean, I'm exempt to the Champ Tour as long as I want to play. I mean, that's an unbelievable type of retirement thing, on top of the retirement package that we have already. I mean, I got no reason to bitch about anything. So I'm kind of one of those lucky guys that I think I see it the right way. But bottom line, I don't know what Phil said. I don't really care. But if he's trying to help our tour, that'd be great because he has the name, and if Tiger got involved and Rory and these guys are top names that are going to align with him to try to help all that, then I'm all for it because all I can do is like I said, Tiger, I've made crumbs compared to him, and those crumbs pay nice. So I mean, it's still pretty good money taking his crumbs. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing. I don't know enough about what's going on. I just kind of hear a little here and there, but I just don't know. But I'm all for going to the tour. But like I said, I think the PGA Tour it's a phenomenal place to play, and I'm lucky to be here. So
thank you, Pat. We should make you Pat.